Welcome friends, welcome to our channel Learning and Development. On this particular channel, we are posting learning related to applied psychology, the various tools, techniques that you can apply for self-improvement in various fields. Today, I have taken a topic on understanding mathematics. If you have not subscribed the channel, I request you to kindly subscribe the channel so that you don't miss any particular video series. You can also press icon button so that you don't miss any of the videos. So let us start today's session. Today's session is on understanding mathematics, and I'm really very happy to share this topic. And at the same time, this is very important topic. It will be very helpful for parents, teachers, as well as students who have a certain kind of a perception that mathematics requires extraordinary intelligence or something like that. So let us get into the subject. There are certain psychological facts which we need to understand before getting into the process part. There is no single learning approach that works for everyone because of the individual differences. We all know that every individual is a different from the personality point of view, because the differences could be in the values, the motivation, the intelligence, the various belief systems they follow, their feelings, attitude, thoughts. So there are a lot of psychological factors that distinguishes between one individual to another individual. Even parents or friends unintentionally pass on their fear of the subject to the children. Sometimes it happens. No, generally, as a parent, we sometimes say that tomorrow is a maths exam, it's going to be very tough, you need to practice. Or sometimes they overhear that there was a maths paper, this was very tough. And I mean, the idea is that there's a lot of things which is going in their subconscious mind, unintentionally. Parents sometimes that transfer their fear to the children also. And the important point is there's a strong perception that the math requires an extraordinary level of intelligence. This need to be reviewed. It has nothing to do with your extra level of intelligence. A small, the conceptual things and the procedures. There are certain techniques you follow as a subject. And yes, there's a lot of psychological factors that also affects the mathematics performance. So that's the reason I thought I will take up this, because I come across a lot of students in their ninth and 10th. They're struggling with the basic fundamentals of maths, and they're then they are finding it very tough to again go back and learn those things, and eventually they struggle with the maths thereafter. Now, so what exactly is math phobia? Let us understand a little bit on this also. So phobia means fear. So fear of maths, and all these phobias are learned. We are not born with these fears. We learn these fears. So the learning process is not only the teaching part what we attend, and the learning happens in a various. There's a detailed video I'll be making on the learning theories. So it's more of the observational, how you process the informations and all. So basically all these phobias are nothing but we learn. And math phobia is something like that. We fear of maths. So students start avoiding the subject. As you have seen in an initial class, we are not able to distinguish whether the student is having the phobia or not. But as they move on to the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh class, eventually to sixth, seventh, eighth, this particular classes, if they go, they start avoiding the subject. The reason is that they don't understand particular concept, and then they are not able to solve this. So the situation becomes more complex as they move ahead, and then it becomes very tough as they go into ninth and 10th without the fundamentals clear. Then they declare themselves that they're not good at maths, and they have their all plans for not taking maths in their 11th and 12th. And this is what happens. So basically the phobia is all about having developing a fear towards maths, and it's a slow process. Slowly it is getting and significant. It happens significant during 7th and 8th classes, and then by the time 8th or ninth, we realize that there's something called phobia, but it is rooted somewhere in your lower classes. And this is what happens actually. So let us see some of the psychological aspects, the psychological part. Very important slide here. See, there is something called self concept. What we think about ourselves, it's our own definitions. So we can think that I am not good at maths, or I can think I am good at maths, or I am average at maths. So all these definitions are our own. So this is a self concept. I have made a detailed video on self concept, the psychological part you can understand. In fact, all these four parts I have made a detailed video. You can please go through these videos so that for a better understanding. So what happens is, once the self concept is getting hampered, it affects the self esteem, the feeling part. They start feeling low, they start experiencing stress and anxiety and the fear towards mathematics. And because of this, what happens is their self confidence, the belief that I am good at maths, the very core competency, they don't believe in their abilities, and they start struggling. So the self confidence also becomes lower, and this gets reflected in their level of aspiration. The level of aspiration has something to do with the motivations, like so instead of now scoring good marks, thinking that I'll be scoring more marks, they just settle down for clearing, that I have to just clear the subject, I have to just score at least passing marks and all. So that is a a very sad part on the subject, which is one of the very scoring subject, and we keep on struggling. The level of aspiration is disturbed, and eventually the motivation is low. So we don't feel motivated to study and learn new things. And this is what is happening. The damage is happening at the psychological part because of that math phobia. And as we move further in the higher classes, these phobia becomes more, and these psychological parts are getting disturbed more and more. So now what exactly has to be done is understand the maths as a subject. So basically it's a tool. In addition to being a subject, it's a tool, and which will be useful in all the subjects. So like in higher classes, when you study physics, chemistry, a lot of fundamental conceptual, because basically the chemistry or the physics are the conceptual subjects, so wherein you need to have a lot of conceptual understanding, but at the same time you need a tool like mathematics to solve the problems or arrive at some kind of a derivations and the formulas. So that's the reason maths also becomes very very important. So learning mathematics is a journey. So now let us understand the concept of mathematical learning process. So see, basically you have to understand that learning process, it is not only happening when you're sitting in the class, the teacher is teaching and the learning has happened. No, the learning has lot of other dimensions. The teaching is only small percentage it contributes. The learning is your practice part, how you analyze the information, how you interpret the information. So there is lot of things happening within the individual when it comes to learning. So don't mistake by the teaching, teaching methodology which you are following. You have to learn. So it is not that the teacher are teaching, it is more of the students learning. So learning has to be there. So let us understand how exactly has to be maths has to be learned, so that we don't get this math phobia, and we don't lose such an important subject. This is which is very very scoring subject, and will be helpful in your future studies or higher studies also. So see, learning maths is a journey. There are three milestone in this journey, so you can understand that from class first to class fifth, there's one milestone. Class 6 to 8, there's second milestone, and 9th to 10th is the third milestone. These are all fundamental mathematics. For this is basic building for your higher level, 11th, 12th, and when you take up an engineering or a BSc or MSc or any research methodology, any subject, MBAs, anything you're taking, generally mathematics, one or the other sub part of the mathematics will be there. So these are the milestone which you need to achieve. So when you cross fifth class, if you are not achieving the milestone number one, and you are virtually going to class 6, 7th, 8th, then you will be struggling it. Similarly, there are certain concepts, if you have not studied or not understood in class 6, 7th, 8th, so till 8th you have the time to master those skills concepts. And without mastering, without understanding those concepts, if you're going in 9th and 10th, then again there will be a struggle. So now let us understand what are these milestones. So I would suggest you that the crucial, so from here what we can see is the fifth to sixth, the transformation from fifth to sixth class is important, from 8th to 9th is important. And these are the very important classes, especially 8th becomes the turning point, because even if you have not completed your milestone of number one, that is first to fifth, then you have around 3 years of time, 6th, 7th, 8th, wherein you can actually go back to your basics and brush up. And so 8th, and if you're not achieving milestone 2 in time, what happens is you go to 9th and 10th, and the higher concepts of mathematics comes, and your fundamentals are not clear, and there's the time is not there, you start feeling pressure of other subjects, and then the whole cycle of the phobia become dominant, and the things become very tough. So again, the prevention is better than cure. So when you are in the lower classes, work hard. So those who are in the first milestone, they'll be helpful for this video will be helpful for them, so that they can start working those things which I suggest. or they can understand and learn the concept much better. Those who are in the milestone 2, 6, 7th, 8th class, they know the importance of these 3 years. So start working hard, focus on study skills. Self study is more important. I have also made a detailed video on study skills. You can actually focus on that subject. You can go through that video, you will understand what is the importance of self study. And those who are in the milestone 3, and if they have not covered their 6th, 7th, 8th, so yes, they'll have to work hard and take up some time. So no need to get panic. You can still have some kind of a time management strategies and follow a methodology. You will be able to crack this milestone also. No need to worry. Now let us understand this milestone from the subject point of view. So class first to fifth, basically these are some of the topics. I mean, these are almost the entire concepts which you should be able to master and then go into the next milestone. So operations with number, that is what starts from first, second, third, the basic plus, minus, multiply, divide. And then the concept of LCM, HCF and factors comes. Concept of fractions is getting introduced. Here during this first to fifth class, students should be encouraged to do a lot of mental calculations. This is one area practice has to be there. Second important aspect is unitary method, which is very, very important. So without understanding that if you cross your milestone 1, that is you go to 6, 7, 8, you don't, because there's a lot of unitary method is more of puzzle solving kind of things. So students are advised, parents are also advised to give the students a lot of application based problems, so that they do a lot of mental calculations, at least for smaller numbers. And then the application of LCM and HCF and factors, I am really afraid people still struggle with the real life applications even in the higher classes. So the whole concept is built up at the initial years. And basic geometrical concepts, like points, angles, and the 2D shapes comes into the picture, the square, rectangle. So these are few basic areas. Without understanding any of these aspects, if you are going in your higher classes, say 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, then the struggle starts. Especially the LCM, HCF part. I found a lot of students not understanding the fraction part, and 7th, 8th class students, they're not able to take LCM, and then the basic operations like plus, minus, multiply, divide on fractions, they are struggling. How are they going to do the basic operations on algebra and integers and the real numbers? I mean, so the whole idea is that these are some of the topics parents and teachers or students themselves can understand, and parents also can make their children aware that are they able to follow these things or not. So especially you can just give a small questionnaire to them based on factors, especially the LCM, HCF and factors, and the concepts of fractions, they should be clear. A lot of mental calculations has to be practiced during this time. And as we know that we need to practice regularly the mathematics. So parents, what they can do, they can just give their children 1 plus 1 multiplication sum, 1 division, and 1 subtraction sum, at least 4 sums if they're doing in 10-15 minutes, that's all. I mean, at least the practice will be there. Then slowly they can, one day they can just give them 2 sums of, find the factors of these, find the LCM of these, that's all. So what happens is the concept is getting built up. Unfortunately, this is not happening. And the lot of mental calculations have to be encouraged initially during the formative years. It could be with the smaller numbers, but the concept of mental calculations has to be encouraged during this time. And also the concept of completing the sum has to be there. The student should be able to complete the sum, whether right or wrong is not so significant at this stage, but they should be willing to complete. Suppose you have given one multiplication, they should have that kind of a concentration and patience that they are at least completing and they're getting an answer. So getting an answer is important. Right or wrong is immaterial at this stage, because as they move ahead, their fundamentals become more clear, they'll be getting correct answers. But approach and the sense of completing that problem is very, very important at this stage. Coming to the class 6th to 8th, that is a milestone 2, very, very important and critical. And this is the turning point in the student life. So I suggest all the students who are in the 6th, 7th, 8th class to have, take up maths. Very, it's an important turning point in your life. And this is very, very interesting subject. If you have not thorough with your concepts or lower concepts of LCM, fractions and factors, if you have not practiced, if you're not familiar with the numbers, please go back and refer your books and try to solve 1 or 2 sums on that, so that you become familiar, especially with the concepts of prime number, composite numbers, factors, LCM and HCF, because they are going to be useful here. Now, in class 6 to 8, generally people come across these topics, integers and rational numbers. They start doing operations on them. Then the square roots and cube roots. This is very, very important. People, if you're going without this in your ninth and 10th, you're going to struggle a lot. Operations with algebra starts. And let me tell you very, very frankly, the operations with algebra is much more easier than the operations with the number. You will understand once you get into the subject. Linear equation in one variable, simple equations and all comes into picture. This is also one area where people don't do enough of practice, and without much understanding they get into the ninth and 10th class and they start struggling. Higher geometrical concepts of 2D shapes, and the concepts of the geometrical constructions and other things also come. Commercial mathematics is one area where people don't do much of practice. A lot of practice has to be done. The conversion of decimal, percentage, cost price, selling price, the whole concept, they are not uh, mastering it. The reason is they are not doing enough of practice. This commercial mathematics is more on the practice part. The simplifications, playing with numbers is very, very important. This is one important topic. Factorization and exponents and powers, these are the areas, especially the factorization part. If you are going without completing your factorization, without understanding your factorization lesson in class 9th and 10th, you're going to struggle a lot. So if you are in 9th and 10th, and if you're not, if you're struggling, go back, see that which are the areas you have missed it, brush it up, and then again, you'll be able to work on that, the higher concepts of mathematics. So this eighth class is again, why it is a very, very important and turning point is because suppose you have missed a certain concept in sixth and seventh, then you have sufficient 1 year time to brush up your old concepts, and you go after completing all these to your higher classes. That will be really beneficial and helpful. So basically now you can understand that if you are not completed your concept of factors and LCM and HCF, you will be struggling with the basic operations here, with the integers and rational numbers, and of course operations with the algebra. You will be struggling because your basic concepts are not clear in your lower classes. Square roots and cube roots, please don't ignore this concept. Again, you will be struggling. And factorization, what I told, is very, very important aspect. Exponents and powers, you need to do a lot of practice. Again, when you do practice, you understand there are few laws are there which you practice them, you will be thorough with that. So I mean, it's all organized. The way you organize yourself, suppose you go in a organized manner, I think it will be very interesting for you to cover the 6 to 8 milestone. And once you are thorough with the milestone, it is easier because once you cross, so that's why I told 8 is the turning point. If you are thorough with your milestone 2, if you are able to reach your milestone 2 in time, that is at the end of class 2, the higher classes become slightly easier for you and you start loving maths, and the concept of maths phobia is an unknown to you. And in the class 9th and 10th, their higher concept starts. So if you are thorough with your lower concepts, I don't think so you'll be finding much problems. The concepts like polynomials, real numbers, linear equation, two variables, advanced geometrical concepts, comes. The coordinate geometry also is getting introduced. The quadratic equation is one area. Now you please understand, if you're not thorough with your algebraic expression, integers and factorizations, power and exponents, your simple equations, ninth and 10th class, it is going to be a really struggle for you. So that's the reason I told the milestone 2 is very, very important. The previous milestone is very, very important to complete the next milestone. So this is how the journey of mathematics is all about. And at any stage, if you're struggling, the reason is that you have not understood the previous concepts. It's like a series connection. If one particular link is missing, you start feeling that you're not knowing, and nobody is able to have a clear cut strategy that why I'm struggling on this. And then the whole concept gets into the psychology part of it, and the students start feeling, they start getting demotivated, the level of aspiration drops, and the kind of feelings, you start experiencing negative emotions, then your whole self concept, your whole definition goes wrong, and then at the psychological level it goes, then it becomes very tough to again motivate you, especially in ninth and 10th classes. And the quadratic equation you will not be able to solve if you're not thorough with your square roots, cube roots, and the basic operations. Similarly is the new concepts of surface area and volume. Again, lot of calculation is required. You should have mastered your simplification concept, especially with the fractions and numbers and the decimals, especially in your 6th 7th classes, if not earlier. And the higher concepts like trigonometry and other concepts also will be introduced, something like that, arithmetic progressions and all. get into the picture, probability get into, they are very basic. See, the whole concept is once you thorough with your milestone 2, that is still 8th class, because all 8th class the topics are basically, it's like a tools, those will be useful for you in the higher concepts. So once your 8th class, till your 8th class, you are able to grasp most of the things and you're thorough with all your aspects, I think you are on the track. So these are some of the topics on 9th and 10th class, which have a continuation from the previous sections. So hope this concept is clear, and this video will be helpful for you. Now what exactly can be done? So what can be done, this is very important slide. There are a lot of things can be done, but there are few things which I have mentioned here. Practice maths regularly. If you're not doing, I am really sorry to say that math is something which has to be practiced regularly. Even half an hour or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, if you're practicing a day, some days you can study for an hour or so, some day you are studying for half an hour, 10 minutes, 15, but make it a habit that at least one or two sums you do daily. It need not be some from your class, it could be from your previous classes, or it could be higher challenging math puzzle kind of things. I mean, everything is fine as long as you're engaging yourself into mathematical concepts regularly. It is good. You should be able to solve problems from your previous grade, very important. I mean, suppose you're in 8th class or 9th class, you should be able to solve the problems from 6th and 7th. And I find students, a lot of students struggling uh, when I take up even the basic sums of class 4th, 5th and 6th, the concept based on LCM and HCF, they are not able to apply and solve. So that is not correct, that is wrong. There's something you need to go back and work on that concepts. Otherwise it will be really very tough in your higher classes. Solve mathematical puzzles, involve your parents and friends, that will be very interesting. It will generate interest in your subject. And the most important is solve your complete NCERT books. NCERT books are one of the best books available. You can actually follow at least one book completely. And there are three aspects in that NCERT books. Number one is there's a lot of theoretical concepts which are given, so you're supposed to read that. I don't find most of the students reading the maths books, they don't read at all. So you need to read the concepts, you have to understand the concept. There are a lot of solved examples to help you to apply those tools. And then there's a unsolved exercises are there. So what can be done is once you read and understand the concept, try to solve the solved examples without looking at the answers. Initially it will be taking much time, but learn the habit of completing it. Getting a right answer may not be important, but getting an answer will be an important. That is a very important psychological tool. Please understand, when we talk about problem solving approach, the approach is important. When there's a problem, you approach that, yes, you are going to get an answer. This becomes important. So once you get an answer, after that you cross check that this is wrong or right, or where you have gone wrong. That is a good practice. So initially, if itself, if you are seeing the answers without trying, what is happening is your brain is not getting sufficient activities. You are not learning. The learning process is not happening. You have attended classes, the teaching part has been over, you have read it, understanding part is over, but learning also involve practice and then correlating the information. There's something called information processing. The whole idea is, initially it will be tough. In maybe in an hour or so you will be able to solve one or two sums. That's okay, absolutely no issues, because as you start getting into the subject, as you start gaining the confidence, your speed will increase. But initially, try to solve the problems on your own without seeing the answers, and get an answer. Getting right or wrong is not important, getting an answer is important initially. Then you cross check, and then slowly you build on that. So hope this presentation is helpful for you. Thank you so much. And for any suggestions, you can reach me at my number, or you can email me at my email IDs. I'll be happy to help you. And also, I'll be happy to answer your queries. Please share these videos if you have liked. If you feel that this will be helpful for your friends or your, students who are struggling with mathematics. Thank you so much. And you can also subscribe the channel for future videos related to applied psychology. This particular video I have made because I come across a lot of students, especially in higher classes, 9th and 10th, and when I come to know that their fundamentals are missing, so it is really very hard on us to understand and explain them that the reason is there. And also it is very sometimes very hard to convince the parents also that there are something fundamentals which are missing. So when students are in 9th and 10th class, they don't find time because the load will be there for all other subjects, then exams will be approaching, and then when it comes to board exam for class 10, the situation becomes more tough. So what I suggest is, based on which class you are in, you can follow from there itself approach. Suppose you're in 9th and 10th class and you feel that there are certain areas in your lower classes which you have missed, please go back, work on that, and things will be improving on that. So don't allow this concept of subject, the only missing of one particular concept, to affect your psychology part, because once the psychology part gets affected, it becomes slightly tough for you to cope up with the math subject, and you start struggling with the math phobia. Hope this concept is clear. So thank you so much. uh, Thank you.